Hey guys, so today I kind of, wanted to make a video about the meaning of life. I have been putting this, video off because I was like, I gotta do it right, I gotta do it perfect, but I just decided to, let's just go for it, and if I, ever wanna revise, I can always make a new video, and, you know, I had this idea to make this video like 10 days ago and still have not done it, so practically if I just keep it this pace I'll never make it and I will be just one of those people that, never does anything really. So I'm kind of making a video about the meaning of life. Now this is humanity's, I suppose, biggest topic, one of the hardest philosophical topics. So my take is my take, and that's just my opinion, and I'm not trying to like pretend like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of fuck. I just kind of wanted to, explain kind of what my thought process is on these matters. So for starters, my thought is that everybody has their own meaning of life. It's not a set thing. Everybody has their own interpretation, and their own like kind of what is their meaning in life. Because not everybody is the same, and if nobody is the same, everybody's different, then really okay. What is it? Damn, that's knockback. Whoa, dude. Then you can't have the same meaning of life for everybody because everybody is literally different. And I'm gonna go through like the different like kind of types. I suppose no, I'm not actually gonna do that. I'm gonna kind of go through what my meaning of life is, my opinion. But it's like totally fine to have totally different meaning of life. It's like as I said. So I think there are like two sides to a meaning of life. Now, the first side is the kind of biological, scientific, primitive meaning of life, and that would be to survive and to reproduce. Because, as a species, that's kind of, how we have survived and how we are, here is through survival. That's what they say, survival of the fittest. So, at a really like primal biological level, the meaning of life is to simply ensure your continued survival and the continued survival of your, offspring. Which, it sounds really weird to talk about, but that's just kind of the, truth, I suppose. Um, so yeah, that's kind of a biological level thing. Now, there's also a kind of deeper and more, oh, God damn it, spiritual, okay, spiritual meaning of life. And that is, I think, only for humans, because humans have, the advanced brain capabilities. So we have the capability to go beyond our limited biological, um, instincts. So for a pig, the meaning of life is literally just to survive and reproduce, and to eat or something. Now, my meaning of life is to simply, I suppose, create. I kind of just want to make stuff, and I also want to live, my best life. Because one thing I don't want to do is live somebody else's life, live not truly to myself. If people are gonna hate me, then they should hate me for who I am, not for somebody else. And that's something I learned a while ago. But it's just kind of what I realized, that I really want to be myself and create stuff. And that's also one of the reasons I'm making this video, because what you create doesn't have to be the best. Quite frankly, it never will be the best. The point is to just create. You wake up every day and you make a video, you make a drawing, and after a year, you're gonna have a whole like library of things you have done and made, and the point of doing that is not for external validation or external reward. It's for personal reward. So when you make stuff, you kind of make stuff for yourself, to kind of better yourself. That's why people do stuff like journaling. They don't journal to publish it. That's kind of what blogging is. You publish it and you may earn some publicity or even money. But that's kind of shallow, and on a blog you don't really put your deepest kind of thoughts, your secrets. In a journal, you kind of just truly express yourself. But that's only one aspect. You can make drawings, and you can make videos, and whatever else. And that's kind of, I suppose, also what humanity is all about. Is that we express ourselves. That's why we have, we appreciate art. That's why we have sites like YouTube, and why we have museums appreciating great art and literatures, because we care about these things on a deeper level. Otherwise, it's illogical to devote a large sum of your life to make a pretty drawing when you could be, out there tilling a field and doing something like really, I suppose, productive. Yeah. That's kind of on that. But on the creation, you get to like, oh goddamn, express yourself and kind of you do it for yourself. You don't have to do it for external validation. That's also kind of something I learned on my YouTube journey. Is that I used to, I started, this whole channel to kind of make videos and become popular. I'm just gonna be honest, because that's the reality. And to become popular, and obviously to get monetized over time, and that's still kind of a goal. Obviously everybody wants to get monetized, but that's not my primary goal anymore. My primary goal now is to simply create things I'm proud of. And that's also kind of why I stopped doing Tiny Glade videos. If you notice, I used to do those videos. At first I loved making them, but as time went on, I kind of started to get really tired of making them. I didn't feel fulfilled. I felt really like exhausted. I was like, why am I doing this? Like I don't want to do this. Like on the surface, it was perfect. It was getting views, and it was doing great and getting subscribers. Those videos were really like popping off, and they were really nice to make. I could simply just turn on a nice show and kind of make a cool building, which was like I was, still expressing myself, and it was fun and everything, but it wasn't necessarily very fulfilling. And I'm kind of trying to make content that is fulfilling now, and that's why I'm making this meaning of life video right now, is because it's fulfilling for me to talk about deep topics. I don't like talking about shallow topics like, I don't know, clothes or something. Whoa, like clothes or something, which in my opinion is a pretty shallow topic. But as I have learned about life, everybody has their own like interests. So for me, it's a shallow topic. For another person, it's not. So it really depends on the person. And also, I'm just some kid. And I'm not a, But if we kind of look at all of the great philosophers and all of the great, people, they all just started, doing philosophy and stuff. And at first, they were never great. So, maybe after 100 videos like these, I might actually, get some credibility. And yeah. So I guess, yeah, I I have my own meaning of life. Everybody has their own meaning of life. My meaning is to create stuff, to express myself, and besides the biological stuff. and also live a comfortable life. And I don't think that's a thing that people give credit for. Simply to live a comfortable life, because many people, they try to do stuff that they hate just to satisfy other people or get some kind of also external validation, and it's not meaningful. It doesn't make their life I suppose comfortable or anything, and it's um it's very shallow, you know. And it's like it's actually totally normal part of life to do things just because others want you to, but I don't think that should ever be. It's never meaningful, you know. Sometimes it's wise to listen to people, who give you like advice or something. But okay, I am kind of getting off topic, you know. It's already been like what 11 minutes into this video, and I'm already getting off topic. So yeah, those are kind of like kind of my meaning of life. This is literally the most difficult topic ever. So I don't think I ever did like a proper proper conclusion. So like in conclusion, everybody has their own meaning of life. I already said this, but I kind of want to conclude that because for example, some people, they don't necessarily create much, or rather they create different types of things. For me, I like making videos, I like drawing, I like doing like making photos. Other people, they like expressing themselves in some other way, or not expressing themselves, doing something totally different, and that's fine. I think it's one of the most important things to kind of also accept that other people are just simply different, and never try and force your own meaning of life on to other people. You can always like explain it and express it and everything, but never like kind of force it onto them. But Aqua Team is still alive. Yeah, so one thing I wanted to kind of also say is that there's this thing I heard online that really helped me to kind of perceive other people, and that is that everybody kind of has a role in life. You have, it's like a movie. You have this character and that character, or like a video game, and that you can be mad at somebody for doing something because I mean, you can be mad, but you can be like you can't hate them for it, because some people, that's just their role in life, is to be that person. And obviously situation differs, but I think there's like some truth to it, that some people are just wired in a specific way. So a specific person is a great artist, or that guy is a great like not a nice person, and you can be mad at a not a nice person for not being a nice person, because that's just kind of who they are. um that's just something I heard online and kind of resonated with me, because there are people that I have met, and I'm like, oh no, how could, like, how dare you, or like, I hate you or something. But when you think about it, it's like really that is their role in life, and you kind of have to just accept them. Like, okay, fine, that's your role. I'm not like not gonna waste my time. Oh, fuck off. Getting mad at you for like for example, this guy killed me. Okay, fine. Let's just open up a new game, and that's it. It's just some people are just simply better, and I think also that the question of meaning of life, each person has to answer it on their own. Like, you just need to really just sit down, think about it, and you can't do this in one evening. You can't like sit down and figure out your meaning of life in one evening. What works for me is to kind of figure out, okay, this is my meaning of life. Let's do it. Let's like attempt to fulfill that meaning of life. And as you're like doing it, or at least trying to do it, you learn from that experience. You learn like, oh wait, I hate this. Maybe this is not my what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think something that most people should realize is that it's fine to not have a meaning in life. Like, it's fine to not have one. Simply like, what's your meaning of life? I don't have one. And why am I saying that? I'm saying that because it's like, you don't owe anything to anybody. The only thing you really owe is to yourself, and that is to be who you are. So if you have like a period in your life where you're like, I don't want to do anything, then fine. You just kind of don't. You take a break, and eventually you may stumble upon a meaning, but it's totally fine to not have one. And yeah, it's been like actually like I've been yapping on about this for quite a bit, and I don't know. I just feel like there's something more to say, but sometimes there's just nothing left to say, and you should I should probably wrap up. So in conclusion, I suppose the meaning of life is that there is a set meaning of life, which is your biological meaning of life, which you can't really fight, which is the necessity, the need to survive and to reproduce and to ensure good living conditions. That is kind of the biological, unfightable meaning of life. And for humans, there is also a deeper meaning of life that can be had, because, god damn it, because we're not apes. Or like like a pig or something. We can like be like, we exist. Okay, what does that existence mean? The simple act of asking the question, of realizing that I am real, and kind of asking, what does that mean, is like, it single-handedly proves that you're conscious. And this sheer ability to do that is proof of that capacity to figure out a meaning of life, to have a deeper one than simple biological instincts. And like, if you can do that, you just kind of have to think about it. Many people, they just don't think about these things, and they don't question it, and it's like, never. Okay, the guy's going, and they just kind of leave it unanswered, and they live their whole life without even like kind of going into it blindly, I suppose. That's what we call NPCs, because they don't have the capacity to ask those questions. I'm not like, okay, that was kind of mean. I did not mean that in a mean way. I'm just saying that, like, most people, they don't talk about it, and that they should. Okay, like, this guy, like, does this guy think about meaning of life? I mean, maybe if he's perhaps. I have wool too. Whoops. immediately stopped risking shit. Alright, yeah, so that was kind of my take on the meaning of life. I'm probably gonna do a revised video on this topic because it's simply the most complicated philosophical question that there is, and I would love to kind of expand on it, I suppose, you know, because, I could probably make a whole podcast in a series, like episode 1, meaning of life, and then episode 2, and simply just talk about that stuff. So, yeah. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. The subscribing thing. It's so powerful. Like, when you subscribe, like, I immediately, like I noticed that stuff. And I know everybody asks this, please subscribe to my channel. And to be honest, it's not even that bad. Like, you can also like leave the notifications not turned on, and you won't even notice that you're subscribed to a channel. And it helps so much, and you can undo it anytime. Like, I have like 30 channels I'm subscribed to that I like don't even really watch. So, if you even like this video a bit, please. And yeah. Bye.